Hello, it's good to be back again on Talk Shop, where we tell it like it is and let the chips fall where they may. And as I always say on this program, truth crashed to earth shall rise again. One day I'll explain that, I'm sure you know, but I'll explain it. And we say all the time, because I always ask this question, what time is it? And the answer is nation time. Nation time. Today we're going to focus a bit more on nation time, man. Because nation time, oh, say it's a nice slogan. KSM, what time is it? Oh, it's nation time. It's a nice slogan. But Charlie, building a country is not built on slogans, so there's a next step to this. So I'm going to talk a bit more about the next step for how we get to building this nation. But in the meantime, last week you saw the disgraceful, abhorrible, distasteful thing that actually happened in our parliament. I don't want you to see it. I'm sure you're seeing it on social media everywhere. You see this ugly thing. So I just want to show you just a little clip of it. The nastiness of parliament that happened just last week. Take a look at this.
What did you tell me now? Oh, come on!
That's it. It's so disgraceful. I don't want you to watch it because you're seeing it all the time. You know, so after all of this, which by the way, was performed by our honorables. By the way, these honorable parliamentarians, do they know what honorable means? Check your dictionary meaning of honorable. It means dignity. It means integrity. It means respectable. Just a three, if they say somebody is honorable, they have dignity, they have respect, and they have integrity. You saw this nastiness that was happening in Parliament? And isn't it ironic that we say these were being done by honorables? Huh? Just take one more quick 1 second look at what they did.
What did you tell me now? What did you tell me now?
Now, after this sad display of dishonorable, disgusting behavior, at least one parliamentarian, honorable, I use this, but I think I can use it comfortably. One person showed that she was honorable by rendering some apology for what happened. Listen to her.
And coming back to the floor and what happened yesterday, it is totally embarrassing. We shouldn't have gotten that far. We did. We apologize. Please find it to your hearts to give us a second chance. And may I use your platform to render an unqualified apology to the people of Ghana who have entrusted their constituencies in our hands. And on a personal note, to use this opportunity to also thank His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Well, thank you very much, honorable. In your case, let me say honorable and mean it. You did the honorable thing by apologizing, and you showed maturity, and you showed dignity, and I respect you for that. But by the way, I wasn't expecting this thing from Jifao. I was expecting it from those corporates that were behind this disgusting thing. Unfortunately, they had been suspended by the speaker, so they were not there. But guess what? All those who were behind them, they said, let us do a very intelligent thing. Let us show our solidarity with the bullcrap that happened. And let me show you how they showed their solidarity. Look at them.
Help us to resist oppression with all our will. Help us I forevermore. And help us to resist oppressors who will follow you. And my forevermore. And help us to resist oppressors who will follow you. And my forevermore. I cover you for your country. The nation demands for devotion. Let us all unite to uphold them and make them great and strong. We are all involved. We are all involved. We are all involved. In building a motherland.
Listen to them singing, red and black, showing their solidarity for all those who did that despicable thing. I mean, tell it seriously, Ghana. Don't you feel sad? And as I said the last time, if this had been done by SHA students, all of Ghana would have been on their case. These young guys, they don't respect. These young guys, they don't behave. They almost try. We will blast these young guys. If this has been done by SHA students, we would have condemned them. But when our honorables in Parliament did it, instead of coming out, which I hope they would have done, like you saw Jifar Gomeshi apologizing, I was hoping that the 3 people that were suspended would have had a press conference and addressed the nation. Look the nation eye to eye and say, we are sorry, we did wrong. That would have shown a mark of excellence, would have shown a sign of maturity. But no, you have to be mature. I think, what did I call it the other time? The Wuntumistic spirit is still in them. So they came and they were singing, arise Ghana, you for your country. This is what you're doing for your country? Breaking microphones, destroying chairs, destroying state property, and you have the nerve to wear black and red and go and stand in front of Parliament and say, arise Ghana, you for your country, and help us to resist oppressors' rule?
And help us to resist oppressors with all our will, and my forevermore.
Oh, Charlie, it's a shame, oh. It's a shame. But in spite of all of it, I still maintain my hope, and I know that this country will rise again. Now that we have done with that tomfoolery, can we move forward? Because as I started, I always say, nation time. It's nation time. And I added today, I started by saying, it's nation time. This is a slogan. But you don't build a nation with slogans. Please, let us remember that. So as I get all the commendations from everybody, and you're happy and people want the t-shirts, and there's a big march coming, let us remember that what time is it? It's nation time. It's a slogan. And folks, as much as maybe I get most of the youth inspired and I get people energized about building our nation, and I love it, but trust me, the slogan will not build this nation. No nation has been built on slogans. And when Kofi Boah was giving his parting shots at Parliament, he said we should learn something. If anything at all that we should learn from Anado's government is that we shouldn't govern Ghana like that again.
Let me remind His Excellency, Honourable Speaker, that his tenure in office will remain a timely reminder of how not to govern the country.
And one of the things I remember was slogans. We love slogans, so people are hungry, there are no jobs, but the slogan is planting for food and jobs. We We are begging, we are borrowed to the point where we can't even pay our debts. But then the slogan was Ghana beyond aid. We are very funny people, oh. Ghana beyond aid. And we're borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. In the midst of hunger and joblessness, unemployment, we had planting for food and jobs. It's a beautiful slogan. I remember the first few years of the NPP rule, Honorable King of Satire and his white, and that beautiful brown suitcase carrying the budget. And every budget had a slogan or a name, folks. Do you remember? We had Impuntuo budget, which means development. We had Asempa budget. We had Nkoso budget. We even had a Jumapa budget. So Impuntuo, Nkoso, budget in Echi. We ended up with being the most indebted country in Africa with the IMF. And all I'm saying is that all of that were slogans. So Asempa budget, Okunko budget. And we get into these slogans. And we are excited about slogans, folks. Building the nation has nothing to do with slogans. No nation on earth has been built on slogans. If you know any, let me know. Okay, so we are wrong. This country was built on the slogan, or this was... No. Yeah, the slogans are good. The slogans give people, what do you call that? Some boost. Psychological boost. So slogans are good, but they are nothing without the hard work. They are nothing without the planning. They are nothing without strategy. That is what builds a nation. A nation is built on hard work, strategy, and planning. That is how nations are built, folks, not on slogans. No. So, His Excellency, please, resetting Ghana, it is a slogan. But resetting Ghana cannot remain as a slogan. That's why I'm very happy that Talk Shop is here, because we're going to give our ideas and we're going to do practical things as to how we can reset this country. Because when it becomes a slogan, NDC2 came, they brought resetting Ghana. NPP said planting for youth, food and jobs. We say 16 industrializing regions. Slogans. Slow the hell's guns, man. No nation is built on slogans. So folks, I'm saying this. Let's be serious. And that is why I get saddened when I saw the display of those who were in red and black singing those childish, immature things, because 3 of their people who were suspended, they were protesting against it. They said we should rise against oppressors' rule. Really? How disgraceful. When I saw these people, I think maybe I'm wrong. I think I saw a Duchum in there. Dr. Duchum was the Minister of Education. Look, Pacho, for you, I was surprised I saw you. Somehow, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I see you as this very intelligent, very well-mannered, very well-cultured person. And I think that I never imagined that I would see adults being so childish and childlike, singing for doing the wrong thing and being penalized, come back and protest and sing and see you with them, which is shock. There are so many others I didn't care. It's not really, what else should I expect? What should I expect? But Dr. Duchum, I'm sorry. So, no, not him. Anyway, let's move forward. We have a nation to build. And we can't build a nation that is ruled by people who do not have discipline. Indiscipline is one of our biggest problems as a country. Lawlessness. Not one of the biggest crimes, the biggest. No order, lawlessness, which amounts to indiscipline. And to see a parliament exercise so much indiscipline, and the speaker says, for doing this, for engaging in this acts of indiscipline, I have suspended you.
The following members are suspended from the sittings of Parliament for 2 weeks.
And the honorable people come out and say, we are protesting against the suspension. All I'll say is JM and Nana Jean, you have work to do. If this is what your parliamentarians are telling you, what do you expect to hear from your younger students in SHS and below, who we know these are the kids, these are the youth, they are the ones that need training. But if this act of despicable nature is not coming from the youth who need training, it's coming from the members of parliament. Yeah, but let's move forward, folks. What surprises me is that after 68 years as a country, with all the wealth that we have gone to the IMF 17 times to ask for money. Money for what? To help us, to support us with our budgetary requirements and things. Massa. The last one was what? $2 billion? Trust me. The lithium alone that we are giving away, that people should come and take it and go, no? And is in excess of over $100 million. And so Kobob was saying for $2 million. So all I'm saying is this, folks. Let's forget the slogans. Let's forget the business as usual. Let's do things unusually by being radical in our thinking and in our move. Radical not to say giddy for nothing, but radical to mean that there is a sense of urgency. We need to sit down, we need to plan, and then we need to execute, and we need to implement. What I want to say to all Ghanaians is this, folks. Stokely Carmichael, my good friend Kwame Turi, he says something that I've been quoting on this show for a long time. Let me quote it again. He says, colonialism has not only made us stupid, it has made us ignorant in our stupidity. And it may sound harsh, but so painfully true. That is why a country like Ghana, at this stage, will still go on our knees and beg the IMF and international agencies for money. Can't we as a people, and Your Excellency JM, you are coming in. I mean, this is just a suggestion, you can't take it, you can leave it. Or maybe me, I'm not a politician, so I don't understand these intricacies. But can't we as a people, for once, decide that these are the problems that we have? So let us sit down and think and strategize and solve our own problems. If any outsider can give us help, yeah, fine, we'll take help. But the bottom line is that we have looked into our problems, we have seen what is the cause of those problems, and we are understanding how we can solve it. My uncle, Professor Chumbarema, may he rest in peace, he says something that I will never forget. He says, at the center of every problem, whatever problem you have, the center of the problem gives you what the solution should be. In effect, the solution of the problem lies inside the problem itself. So don't look outside though. You have a problem, look into the problem. Understand the problem. And he says that the solution, you find it in looking into the problem, you will understand it. That is something that Africans have refused to do. Well, I hear, sorry, not Africans, many Africans, because I hear Rwanda is taking a different path. Even recently, Burkina Faso, Traore, they have decided to take a different path. They have decided to think about what is the homegrown policy they can look into. My pain is this. Ghana, I'm asking all of you, are we saying that with all our intelligence in this Ghana, with all the education we have, with all the doctorates, the masters, the experiences, everything we have, are we saying to ourselves that we are not capable of sitting down, thinking through our problems and resolving the problem? Is that what we are telling each other? Because honestly, if that's what we are telling each other, essentially, we can't solve our problems there, then let's just wait for whatever we are waiting for and just declare ourselves useless. We don't even think, and that's the problem we have had with the educational system established by the colonial government. Now we are breaking away, Mom. But here's the thing. If the education you're going through is not educating you enough and arming you with solutions to fix your problems, then trust me, it is not education, it is a miseducation. If the educational process you're going through is not teaching you how to analyze your problems, how to dissect your problems, and how to find solutions to your problems and solve the problem, if your educational system is not teaching you to do that, then trust me, your educational system is not educating you, it is miseducating you. Here long ago, when Lee Kuan Yew came to Ghana, and he went to visit the University of Ghana, and he saw all these departments, classics, languages. I'm not downgrading anybody selling classics languages. No, I'm not doing that. But this was to the extent that Charlie, a new nation coming up, considering all the problems that we are facing as an emerging country, should our educational system be teaching us Latin and Greek? Oh God, when I laugh, please believe me, I'm not laughing because it's funny. It is the extent of how ridiculous and near stupid it is. But that's what colonialism does to us. It makes us stupid. We are going through an educational system that is completely at par with the current problems that we need to fix in this country. Have you asked yourself how the dollar rate rose to 17 plus? Have you asked yourself, how could it have risen all the way to 17 plus? Didn't we have economists in Ghana? Those who are saying that we are economists. This is what we studied. If the education was relevant, if we have not been miseducated, I swear to God, we would study based on our own current situation and understand that is why our city keeps depreciating. Yes, I will tell us what it is. You don't need anybody from the IMF to come and advise you to do simple common sense things. Folks, I don't understand. You know that we don't have the capability. Look at, we have 2 sugar factories in Ghana now. We have Commander and we have, well, recently Suchari. None of them working. 2 sugar factories, of course, all of them condemned to Grabu. But listen to this, folks. We spend over $200 million every year to import sugar. Where are the intelligent people to really sit down and actually come up with a strategy? Say, Charlie, let's build the Commander Sugar Factory. While we are building it, let's grow sugarcane plantations. Let's encourage the youth to get into sugarcane farming. Let's make it attractive, whatever we need to do. While we are building up our Commander Sugar Factory, the sugar factory is done. 3 months later, we have abundant sugarcane that we can harvest to let us be in the productive mode so that it is always manufacturing. Can't we think of this? And if we think of it, how come we can't approach it and solve it? Folks, all I've said so far, thinking, strategy, and then we implement. We don't think, we don't have a strategy, and we implement so poorly. We don't think you say, you're interested in you. Oh, we know actually a sugar plantation. Boom, yes, here. Hey, I feel annoying. Oh, we haven't grown it yet. Boom, yes, here. We don't sit down and think, folks. What I'm talking about, people sitting down, maybe even before we start building the plantations, so we have started working on our sugar plantations. All of this is down to mathematical accuracy. In the developed states, that's what they do. And that's the difference between them and us. If you go to somewhere in America and you want data on how many brain surgeons will be needed in America by the year 2035, somebody will tell you. Data that that's something that scares us Africans. We don't keep data, so we do things by our gut feeling. One of the saddest things for me to hear is that Commander has been sold. How bad it was and how it wouldn't function properly, and at the end of the day, we have to sell it or lease it to some people for some time. And
I'm thinking of giving it to them for 15, 20 years with an option of an extension or some sort of renewal after the initial lease. I've approved it.
All kinds of crap just because we are Africans and we are not thinking. And we are selling to the same people who came to build it. You think they don't know what they built? And you think they don't know the capacity of what they put up? And you think they don't know how much money they're going to generate before they came to lease it? Oh, Africans. And you probably come and talk about, oh, it's not working, we have sold it. We don't think, folks. So this is my frustration. Oh. We don't solve these things with slogans. Let's think about it. Let's get people to think about how do we get Commander to operate. And I'm telling you, we have in our hands one of the immediate factories that can be operating 24 hours a day. If you are building or we are working towards a 24-hour economy, which, by the way, that too shouldn't be a slogan. No. 24-hour economy, it shouldn't be a slogan. And I know it's not a slogan because JM, I know you really want to do this. But I'm saying the Commander Sugar Factory was ready made for a 24-hour operation. Because if you know the demand for sugar, even just by the breweries alone, you can realize that Commander could have been operating 24 hours easily and still be able to meet the demand that was high. But we have sold it.
I'm thinking of giving it to them for 15, 20 years with an option of an extension or some sort of renewal after the initial lease. I've approved it.
We don't think. So, please, I don't know, maybe it's too late now to retract whatever deal that was made. But my advice is retract the deal, get Ghanaians, challenge Ghanaians, Mr. President. Challenge Ghanaians, actually, this is what I want this country to do. So I am challenging you. Please deliver this for me. Let Ghanaians sit down, let them think how. Let them know how much plantations of sugarcane they need to start building. Let them know blah, 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 how much sugar the bars, the breweries need, everything. Let them think and come up with a proposal for you today, and you'll be surprised what they will submit. But we don't even do that. Who challenges us Ghanaians to think about fixing our problems? No, why do that when they can't go to the IMF? And the Americans will send some small 22, 23, 24-year-old boy to come and sit at the Ministry of Finance and start instructing you how you, oh man. Colonialism does not only make you stupid, it makes you ignorant in your stupidity. Send some small boy, Ministry of Finance, to direct things because they work with the IMF. This is something we can't think about. Mr. President, when you come, you make it a challenge. Your friend was saying, University of Science and Technology, let them come up with proposals of how they can use science and technology to help and contribute to what we want to do as a nation. That is the duty of education. Education is supposed to let us think so that we can resolve the problems that we are confronted with. If anytime you have to have a problem, you have to go to US, Canada, as much as people are talking about Trump, and as much as he has become this isolationist, and he's talking whatever he wants to talk about, the only good thing, which is very sad for us, is that it will force us Africans to think, hey, so in case America decides that they are not going to spoon feed us anymore, what will we do? It is getting there. Because we have made up our minds and we have closed our minds to say, oh, don't worry, you can't help her, let's just go to IMF. You can't help her, let's go to Canada. You can't help her, let's go to Norway. So when the reality hits us that all these areas that we depend on for help really are at the point where they can't help any longer, what do we do? Do we throw our hands in the air and say, actually, let's forget it. Let's just go and jump in the sea and die because nothing can be done? Or do we sit up and start thinking and realizing that we are sitting on so much wealth that it is a shame to be swimming in water and saying you are thirsty? In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. That's me and you, we Ghanaians. We are sitting in the abundance of water and all of us are thirsty. Trust me, let me wrap up because I'm going to continue this thing in my next video. Trust me, folks, if we wanted to build Ghana and we're serious about building Ghana with integrity, with respect, with strategy, with wisdom, I tell you, most of the money IMF give us 2 billion, we can be getting that alone in Ghana through tourism. Nothing else. Through tourism alone, we can make that money in Ghana. But will we challenge ourselves to that? Oh, no, that's too difficult. It's easier to just rest and then let the IMF come and put it in our mouths. Shame on us. Shame on us. That's why at this age, 2025, when we are serious about building our nation, we have honorable members of parliament wearing black and red, standing there singing allegedly patriotic songs. Being sung for unpatriotic reasons. I rise Ghana, the nation that belongs to us, and then you destroy stuff at the Parliament House. Where do we go with this? Charlie, this is the level of seriousness we are talking about. And all those who are not going to fall in line with building the nation, you fall out of line. Because we can't encourage this anymore. 68 years? And look at us. There's so much more we can do. So much more. Like I said, even the 2 billion we have been borrowing from the IMF with the planned, conscientious, strategic group of people, that alone can be earned through tourism. I know, I haven't even talked to him. I'm going to mention his name. This man called Mr. Samuel Aferi. Go and look for him. He is the one that owns Safari Valley. Go and see what one man has done in the Dukrum. Safari Valley. And tell me that if you put this man together with a group of people to help develop the tourism in Ghana, whether we will fail. People are there. They have the intelligence. They have the sense. But we live in a country where it's not the intelligence that you have, it's how loud you can be, how much you can insult another party. Then they can rope you into the inner circles of a party. How do we progress like this, folks? Mahama, Jane, I'm seeing a combination of two reasonable people that I'm really forcing myself to believe, sir, you'll make a change. Because the change we need in this country can come from a leadership that is tolerant, a leadership that accommodates, a leadership that listens, a leadership that is fair, but a leadership that is firm. So I wish you all the fairness as you recruit people to help rebuild this country, and I wish you all the firmness as you gather all those who have looted miserably and have caused us to be where we are. We won't stay where we are. We have to rise. And I'm promising you that Ghana will rise again, but it is conditional. So long as it doesn't become a slogan. Ghana will rise near Tujum. Ghana will rise near Tujum. In the meantime, the things that we do are only the things that will sink this country. We do not rule a nation on slogans, folks. Mr. Atoforsen, I beg. I hope you are not going to come to us with another series of slogans. Slogans don't build a nation, please. Give us substance. Nation time. I'm telling you, we are coming up with a strategy of things that all of us, including me, should be doing to keep this nation up. So that I'm telling you, in the next 2-3 years, nobody will want to travel outside of Ghana again. We have the ability to do it. And we will. Nation time, folks. We'll be with you next time.